Are you ready, Jeff?
Everybody's microphones on.
All right, let's call the meeting to order. It is 6:32. Let's stand and do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. On Texas flag, pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Who'd like to say the prayer?
I will.
Go ahead.
Heavenly Father, we come before you today. We know that you've blessed us. You continue to bless us. You gave us a little piece of a storm yesterday, and we took it, and everything's fine. And we just pray the hurricanes away, and pray the storms away, and that you keep your hand on Bellows. And we pray that you be with all these council people here and all the other people that showed up, and bless them and bless our decisions that we try to make for the people that live out here. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Let's do roll call.
Bud Maradino, Ward 1.
Jim Wright, Ward 3.
Stephanie Kramer, Ward
Lonnie Cleveland, Ward 2.
Sherry Mitchell, Mayor.
Roger Manette, Ward 1.
Jeff Thibodeau, Ward 3.
Any conflict of interest? Any citizen comments?
Yes, ma'am, we have one.
All righty.
Megan Morales.
Abigail.
Abigail.
Okay.
Okay. Southeast Texas Impact.
Yep.
Thank you. Hi, Council. My name is Abigail. I am with the Southeast Texas Impact Initiative. I live in the area. I'm just here to introduce myself to you. I will be working with Councilman Clayton as his fellow until November. I'm helping him in whatever way in order to support environmental initiative. I'm just here to help research, draft, or outreach any way that supports an environmental initiative, whether that be drainage, parks, or water infrastructure. And so I'm excited to get to learn and get to know all of y'all and get a little insight into how governance works. So thank you so much for allowing me to be here.
We appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right. Looks like we have a presentation by Chief Gonzalez. If you're ready.
Before he does that, can I say something? I had a little thing to say to kind of back him up a little bit, Mr. Gonzalez. Chief,
It's his presentation, so if it's,
it's something that happened out here that it's going to directly impact what he said. We had a guy, it's just brief, but we had a guy that fell out a few weeks ago out here, and I got there, and he wasn't breathing. I couldn't get a pulse. We got him laid out on the ground, and he started breathing again. This whole time I'd call 911. Well, we were fortunate enough to have a person out here, a paid firefighter out here, Aaron was out here, and he was there in a couple of minutes. He was over there, and I'm going to tell y'all, when something happens and there's not anybody at that fire station, it's not good. And that's going to lead directly into what he's saying about trying to make sure we have someone there, because 2 minutes seems like 20 minutes. I mean, it's just horrible. But he was on point, on there, and got the job done. So.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Mayor, thank you, council, for
No
letting me come in before you today. I do have something really important that's coming up that's going to affect the community, and I hope that word gets out to support the fire department, as Bud said. I'm going to give you just a brief history. I know I have a limited amount of time, but I want to shed some information about where we're at, kind of the state of the fire department, and where we're going for the November elections. And that is, as you well know, those that have been around a while, this used to be an all-volunteer fire department, and worked out of this building for many years. And then about right before Harvey, we saw the decline in membership was going down. We didn't have members coming in the department. A lot of people don't want to do what we do. They don't want to respond at 2 o'clock in the morning. They don't want to do the things we do, put gear on, and they don't have the time. That's what I hear all the time. Mm-hmm. So our volunteer membership is going down. So what we started doing is we started going out and hiring firefighters on part-time contractor type thing. And that was started right before Harvey. and we were starting. We didn't have the money at the time. We had reserved money to pay these guys, and so but we saw a need to have people, as Bud said, out of that station because in an emergency, and I don't know if y'all have ever been there, but in an emergency, time is critical. Time is absolutely critical. On a medical call, it's called the golden hour. It's a time when the incident occurs, not the time you dial 911. It's the time that the incident happens. Cardiac arrest. I mean, just so you'll know, our call volume is about 230 calls a year out of that station. And we do all the same things the big cities do, cardiac arrest, structure fire, so on and so forth. And unfortunately, we can't. We're competing with some other fire departments. And just know this, is when I say we have a lack of membership, it's something that's going around. It's not just out here in Bevel Oaks. All your other fire departments they don't have membership anymore. And they are doing the same thing that we're going to do, is try to hire folks. Now, let me just ask you this. We are at what is called an ESD, Emergency Service District. I don't know if you know, but our district covers about 32 square miles out here. We go all the way to Osire Lake Highway. We go down Stram Road to Beaumont city limits out there. We started on Highway 105 coming west at Keith Road, and we go to the Bayou. So we cover quite a bit of distance. And so the ESD, Emergency Services District, get back to that was actually voted in by the voters in around early 90s, mid to early 90s. And what an ESD is, an Emergency Service District, is the voters voted in, the state passed the legislation that says you've got a boundary. And in that boundary, you collect property tax. That's how we get our funding to pay for our fuel, insurance, equipment, so on and so forth. And so that's how our tax for property tax is rather low. And we could raise it, but we just didn't want to do it at this time. So we've got enough to run the fire department, but now we're looking at trying to hire firefighters, okay? And there are 5 ESDs in the Jefferson County. I don't know if y'all know that. We're Jefferson County ESD 1. Jefferson County ESD 2 is out there in the Bowl Gardens area around the airport. And we have ESD 3, which is China Dome. ESD 4 is out there in LaBelle. And ESD 5 is now Hampshire. So there's 5 districts in our county. And the thing about it, they are having the same issues with getting membership too. They're having to pay volunteer, or they're having to go out, and what we do is we actually schedule firefighters. We have some from Beaumont, we have some from Orange Fire Department. We have actually one from Houston that comes in and mans the station from Houston. But unfortunately, it's becoming a wage war, right? I mean, we started at $16 an hour, and these guys come out at a part-time. Well, we're having to go up to 22 now. I mean, we've increased it 18, 20, 22, because what's happening is the guys that got bigger districts that bring in more money than us, they can afford to pay these guys $25 an hour. And these guys go, hey, I'm going to go over here. And that's what we're competing against. So this leads us to what's coming up in November. Okay, November is we are going to go out for a sales tax to generate more money. We've got to do that. That's the only place we can do it other than trying to bring up property tax. Now, don't get chest pains just yet. But what the deal is in Bevel Oaks, the most you can pay in sales tax in the state of Texas is 8.25% taxes, right? You're already paying that. Bevel Oaks community is already paying 8.25% taxes. So nothing's going to change on your sales tax, whether you buy from Amazon, and it's what they call a point of sales tax. I mean, if you buy stuff from Amazon and you pay sales tax, well, let me back up to say that right now, if you pay, let's go Bevel Oaks. So when you buy something, you're already paying that 8.25% tax. That 6.5% goes to the state of Texas, 0.5 goes to the county, and the 1.5 goes to the city of Bevel Oaks. right? So it's not gonna raise your taxing at all. What you will benefit from is if this thing passes in November, we'll be able to afford to put people in this station. We can compete with these other fire departments and start putting these guys in the station. We want to get a guy in there 7 days a week, day and night, okay? Because, emergencies are not just 8 to 5, right? It's early morning hours, we're out, making medical calls and so on and so forth. I'm going to give you a really fantastic example of keeping these guys in the station. I live out on Range Road, about 3 miles down on Range Road, and normally I can beat anybody out of the station, out onto a seat, because I'm ready to go. And the other night, we had a fire alarm came out at Tram Road Trailer Park down there, 9824 Tram, 3 o'clock in the morning. And I'm thinking, and it scares the heck out of me at that time of the morning when it looks up out, it could be a true fire, 3 o'clock in the morning. When I got up and headed out into my closet to get dressed, I heard engine 14's en route. We had a guy stand at the station. Within probably 20 seconds, this guy, he must have been sleeping with his clothes on, I guess. But I hear our engine say en route. When I got down past Northwest Forest, he says engine 14's on scene. And he's there, and I'm shocked. But it's just a wonderful feeling. And that's the way emergency services should be, right? You don't want, if you wait for volunteers, and I'm not knocking volunteers, I'm just saying the way it is. If you call and I'm not a station and I'm a paramedic and you have you have a chest pains and it's a true emergency, I'm gonna have to get up and I'm gonna have to get dressed. I'm gonna have to drive and come in and get get to your residence. Or if there's a motor vehicle accident out here on Tram Road at 105, it's a nasty accident, and we don't have anybody in that station, and I may be the only guy in district that day, right? So I've got to pass the scene, come back and get our engine 14, which has the jaws and all that on it, and then turn around and go back. So this is critical. This is critical to every person in this community. And so what I want to get at, we're going to educate. We've got a campaign that's fixing to start here in the next week or two. We want to get out to the community of Bevel Oaks and make them understand the importance of them going to, I've talked to a lot of people since and explained to them what we're doing, and they go, man, that's a no-brainer. We're getting services and we're not paying for it? Well, no, that's true. But the thing about it is we need to educate them, and then we need to get them to the polls. That's a whole other deal, right? They can tell me one thing, but we need to get them to pull that handle, punch the button, wherever they do now, and get out there and vote yes. Now, the thing about it is, this is where the education's got to come in, and I need y'all's help, to talk to your neighbor, help your neighbor's neighbor, that sort of thing. But what's going to happen is, on the ballot, it will say a sales and use tax. Are you in favor for a sales and use tax? And it will say, this will raise taxes. It's the state mandates that we put that on there. And so people may see that and shy away from it, right? But understand that when you say, yes, I want it, it's not going to affect your sales tax. It's not going to go up beyond 8.25%. So we need to educate our community and let them know that we need to put firefighters in that station. We just got to, and I tell you, it's nothing else. This is going to cost the fire department probably about $35,000 to $40,000 to put this campaign on. We've hired a group that they go do. That's what they do for a living. They go out and help departments. ESD3 in China Nome, they passed theirs last year. ESD4 just passed theirs last year. And so we got to get out and educate. But if we lose, if it doesn't pass, well, we're back to square one doing what we're doing right now. And if we try to go at it again, it's going to cost us another $35,000, $40,000. That's money that a small department really doesn't have. We don't have $1 million budget, or that money comes in. So I can't emphasize the need for this to pass. And we have got to get out. This is for our community. This is for me, and it's for every single one of us here. And I want people to understand that we've got to have. There's no more emergency services that's free, right? No matter what, you've got to pay for it, and we got to pay for it. These firefighters, they come from their job, Beaumont Fire Department, Orange Fire, these guys, that's what they do every day. They're not fat old guys like me. But we've got to, we've just got to make this pass. And, well, that's kind of my spiel. I just want to kind of give you the 10,000 foot look at what we're doing, what you're going to be seeing coming down the road very soon. And I hope you'll support us because, again, one of these, I can't tell you that I've been in the department 33 years, and I've seen a lot. I've been in and out of a lot of these homes. And I'm going to give you one success story that I can hang my hat on. And that was, we had a young lady. It was about 11:30, 12:30 at night. 911 came in and said she was having an asthma attack. So we responded, and we got in, we rode up to the house, and Mom was running up in front of the house just frantic. She was in the front yard running, didn't know what to do. And so we got out, and I knew the lady, and we got, what's going on? She says, my daughter, she's upstairs having issues. She was frantic, as you can imagine, a mom. And so we get upstairs, and I'm thinking, she's having respiratory issues. Well, she was having more respiratory issues. She was cardiac arrest. I mean, flatline. We put the monitor on her. We started CPR on her. And we put the, monitor, and she was flatline. And we started doing CPR on her, and we shocked her with our defibrillators. And I wish I'd have saved the tape, the rhythm, because it was flat, and you saw a little spike, and then you saw a little spike, and a little bit more CPR. I think we shocked her again, and it came back. And she came back. And she's walking and talking today. She was a young lady. She was about 21 years old at the time. She had medical issues. But that's the kind of thing that we deal with all the time. So, again, when I go back to saying time is the essence, it's so important to have somebody rolling down that station, whether it be 2 o'clock in the afternoon or 2 o'clock in the morning. So, any questions? Yeah, Jim?
Yeah, Chris, what is the voting demographic for this? Is it just the people that live in ESD1?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Now, and that's Bevel Oaks and everybody. Do you know what the population split, just ballpark, is from Bevel Oaks to the?
What we've been told, Jim, is we've got to win Bevel Oaks, if you will, the term, because that's going to be a big part of it.
Okay.
Then because you got Northwest Forest, all that. They're not. I don't think they've got the residents near Bevel Oaks in Northwest Forest. And then you go down Moore Road and Osiris. Those are kind of sporadic houses. It's not.
But they're not paying that tax now.
That's
Is
correct.
that correct? So, and the 1.5% that's Dollar General is charging, is that coming to you now?
That's coming. That's in
It's
Bevel
Bevel
Oaks.
Oaks.
That still goes to the city.
What, the 1.5 comes to the city of Bevel Oaks?
That's correct.
And that won't change.
It's
That
not
will
gonna
not
change.
change. We will not get any money from Bevel Oaks.
I think
So it'd just be
I think
them outside?
it wasn't quite clear earlier to me.
Okay, I'm sorry.
When you did it, you said there's 6%
6.5 goes to the state.
goes to the state.
Correct.
Okay, and then 1.5,
0.5 goes to the county.
0.5 goes to the county.
That leaves a 1.5. My math's right. Help me
Yes,
out here,
yes,
right?
that's correct.
1.5 now
Comes to the
goes to
city.
the state. Not in Bevel Oaks, it goes to the city. Outside of Bevel Oaks, that's what we've got
They
to
only
get
do
them
6%.
on board too. Now, outside of where I live, if I bought something and I paid 8.25% tax, that 1.5% is going to the state. What we want to do is we're trying to reallocate where that money's going.
Rechannel it.
We're rechanneling, however you want to term it, but we want to reallocate that money, and that's what ESD 3 and 4 did. And of course, they're in a huge district. They got a lot of big
More
business.
stores, yeah.
They got stores. They got this and that. They're bringing in about an extra $60,000, $40,000, $45,000 a month,
What is your potential upstate? on that?
possibly 20 a year.
Okay.
Yeah, and we don't know. We don't because we're just speculating that. But it'll vary, right? Because around Christmas time, those orders from home from Amazon, that's a big deal.
That's right.
And we don't know what we can do. We're going to be getting out. generate 15 to 20, it could be more. And that could be helpful.
And the bottom line is it's not taking any tax money away from the city.
Right.
It's not costing anybody any more money at the store. It's just rechanneling that money that's going to the state
Yeah.
to
But
EISD.
remember that, it's not in the Bevel Oak. It's outside of Bevel Oak.
So like Express Mart isn't paid.
Express Mart would go. That would come to ESD one.
Right now it's not.
Right, because that's out of the confines of the city limits of Bevel Oaks.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it called something on the ballot specifically? Like, is there a number associated?
It'll say, sales and use tax.
Sales and use
Yeah,
tax?
sales and use tax.
Are you planning on doing any sort of like campaigning on it or signage or anything like that? Or can you?
I'm sorry, I apologize.
Oh, can you do any like signage or anything on it?
Signs and all
Yeah.
that? Yeah, what we're gonna do is, you'll start seeing this company that we've hired to help
Right.
us, they're gonna start putting out flyers. They're gonna start blasting out text messages. I've got with Sabrina, she's gonna help us put on your website, but there'll be things, and as we get closer, there'll be things of text messages that are going out. They didn't wanna do it too soon, but, you know, we're coming up on October, next thing, November 4th, I believe, is the 5th is the election, right?
Usually,
November the
somewhere
5th
around
is the
there.
election. So we're right upon it. So we're gonna have to get out and really campaign to, again, just educate. And everybody I've spoken with, they go, that's a no-brainer. That's crazy.
Well, it
Why
sounds
would
like
we
it.
do
I guess the question or the request that I would have is whatever this agency is, we don't need to wait too long to get it probably run through Drew, I would guess, but we would need to have plenty of time to start putting it through our communication system
Sure.
as well.
Sure.
So,
So I have the exact verbiage of that.
okay,
It's Jefferson County ESD #1, Proposition A, the adoption of local sales and use tax in Jefferson County Emergency Services District #1 at a rate not to exceed 1.5% in any local, or any location in the district. This is a tax increase. That's exactly what it says.
yeah, but
That
see,
seems
when I read
scary.
that without having this information, I'm gonna think, oh, you raised my sales tax.
Exactly.
1.5%.
Yeah, those words are mandatory.
So we're gonna have to have
They
something,
made us put them on there, this year only.
Well,
They
we're
didn't
gonna-
do it last year.
we would need something flowery on top of it or underneath.
Would it be a good thing to have a town hall meeting so everybody gets the correct definition and verbiage of this?
And that's what I was hoping to do here, have about 2 meetings at different dates and invite the public, or, you know, the community in here and educate them.
Yeah.
We've got to do that. Because as it said, if you just read that, I don't want no more taxes.
And if this goes through, hopefully, in my opinion, would that cut out volunteers?
No. We'll still have the volunteers that support. It'll be almost a 50-50, because these, you know, the guys that we're hiring for the fire departments, they're contractors, right? So what they do is they work 48 at their station, and then they come over here and spend a day. Or they're on a day off, they'll come. So we're not paying, you know, insurance and all that. They're contractor workers. And just understand this too, is that, I want to talk some other things, but they can lose. We can lose this. The ESD4 in Orange County lost last year. They went out for it and they lost because they said the public wasn't informed about it. So they lost.
They didn't campaign, or did
They did the same thing that we're doing, but for some reason it went haywire and they lost, and they had to start all over again.
Well, we have access to a call out here, so maybe we can do a couple of call outs, you know, when it gets close to time with an explanation, you know?
And here's another thing. How many of you have ever heard of ISO, Insurance Standard Organization? ISO, your ISO rating, or PPC rating. Okay, what PPC means is it's called Public Protection Classification. What it is when you go and you get your insurance, your house insurance, what they're going to add, they want to find out what your PPC is, which means what we, as the fire department, get graded.
Yeah.
They're probably, I don't know how many, most all fire departments in the nation get graded by this ISO organization. And what it is they come into your station and they will say, okay, I want to check your equipment. Let me see, I want to see what your equipment. and they go through this list. They check. And then they want to look at your mobile equipment, your fire truck. How old is your fire truck? Do you have hoses? Do you have axes on? Blah, blah, blah. They give you a check. They want to go out and they want to check your fire water system. They go out and they put a pitot tube on it. They check the flow on it. How much water's coming out of that? How much is when it's stagnant and when it's flowing. And they give you a grade on that. They go to our dispatchers and they go, how many dispatchers you have on duty at the time? How your dispatch call? They give you a grade on that. Well, all those numbers compiled will give you a number between 1 being the best in the world and 10 meaning you have no fire department. Okay? So we currently are at a 5. In a rural area, we've been told that's darn good. In a rural area, being 5, I think Beaumont's a 4. So we're a 5. That's not bad for a rural area. And the guys that are helping us went, I can't believe y'all are 5. I said, absolutely, here it is, and I'll show you. Because over the years, we purchased equipment, we keep our trucks up, we do all that. So what happens is when you go to your insurance, they're going to ask you what your PPCs is. They're going to go 5, and they'll go, okay, that's how your ratings are set. That's how your fire premiums are set. If we lose any of that, guess what? You're going to pay more.
Right.
If they come in and they go, oh, you don't have a fire department, well, we're going to start. We came in, we're almost a 6 or a 7. When I came in the department, we worked it down to a 5. So that's things that another bonus for us, all of us, by keeping that fire department going and doing the right things. So not alone to say that when you call 911, you want somebody showing up to your house in about 2 or 3 minutes.
That's right.
And trust me, I know it. I've seen it, done it, full arrest, all of it. So, any questions? I know I've probably gone over my time limit, but thank you so very much. I appreciate it. I'd be more than happy to hang around and answer any questions.
Well, good job, Chris. I always appreciate your enthusiasm, professionalism. You do a great job out here.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All
Yeah,
right.
we met you the day we moved in.
Yeah.
You made an emergency call out to our house the day we moved in.
Been out to my house a few times, too.
Yeah, I'm going to leave you with this. We went over and did Northwest Forest a couple of months ago, had the same kind of conversation with the Northwest Forest group. And as we were leaving, I was fixing to get up and leave. This lady was almost in tears. I didn't know it. This makes me feel good. She says, I got to tell you something. She said, you responded to my daughter about 20 years ago. Wow. And she says she was scared to death, but you left and you came back with a puppy or something. It was a stuffed animal. And she said, you gave that to my daughter, and she hadn't forgot it to this day.
Wow.
Oh, we know it, yeah.
So
Yep.
I love what I do. I
Yep.
still want to be here as long as I have been. But I love what I do, and I love helping people. Anyway, thank y'all very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank you,
it.
Chris.
We're going to adjourn to start our executive session.